Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman with Skyrim SE Retired Slow Play, Part 33. When we last left, we had just finished taking out the Master Vampire, Harkon, which is Serana's father, and we were trying to decide on what to do next. So I decided to go ahead and maybe search around this castle while I was thinking about it. While we are doing that, I'll do some housekeeping, just so that you know. I'm not a professional sound engineer, so you're going to hear a lot of noise in the background sometimes. That is because on lovely days, I leave my sliding door open next to my desk, and there are some very, very happy birds out there. And a little bit later on, there's going to be boats out on a lake, which make a lot of noise, so I do apologize for that. I know there's ways that I can fix that, and I don't care to deal with the software and the expertise it would take to remove background noise. So apologize on that, but I think you can probably deal with it, and you can hear me just fine, at least from my replaying back of my stuff. This is called a retired slow play. I call it that because I'm retired and I tend to take things a lot slower in my life now on purpose. And so I am not in any rush to finish this game at all. I am enjoying the journey. And so one thing that you'll see happening here right now is that everything I put my cursor on, almost without exception, it says steal. So if I take anything, any items, they say steal. And because I play a character that would never steal something unless it was absolutely necessary, I'm not even going to do that. You notice there's a Nirnroot in that cabinet? Oh my gosh, that was almost impossible to leave. But I just don't want to be stealing. That's not who my character is. My character is a virtuous person, and so stealing is out of the question. Taking gold off of dead bodies, that's not stealing. And in my eyes. So if anything has the word steal on it, it's interesting this person had a shovel. I thought that was fascinating. If anything has the word steal on it, as bad as I would want it, I'm not going to take it. The only exception to that rule is going to be if you have to take something for part of a quest, and even then I'm not particularly happy about that. So we are just kind of looking around here, checking with the various people and vampires that got killed in the big fight that we had, and to see if I missed anything. I wasn't sure. I mean, it looks like pretty much nothing here is available to take, with the exception of a little bit of gold here and there. But I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss any, really super special armors or anything like that. I also wanted to check the books, because you can read books without stealing them, and just to make sure there aren't any skill books around or anything like that. Enchanting table there, interesting. I guess you'd have to steal these gems to be the soul gems to use them. So that was kind of annoying. So I was kind of annoyed that everything here would have been a theft, and it would put I don't know if you because I don't play a character like that. I don't know if just stealing puts a bounty if nobody saw you do it. And I did notice yesterday in looking around in my settings that it does say how many items you've stolen. And for my character that I'm playing, I don't like that. I did look at a book that was worth 25. I have recently downloaded Morrowind, which is not a favorite game of mine. In fact, I don't really like it at all. But it was on sale for almost nothing, and it finished out my Elder Scrolls series on Steam. So I went ahead and purchased it. And in Morrowind, I think if the books are 25 or more, they're a skill book. So I was pretty sure that for Skyrim, it's like either 40 or 50, I can't remember. That one had a Nirnroot on it. Isn't that interesting? It's like, what are you doing walking around? Oh, he's an alchemist, that's why. He was a dead alchemist, so got a Nirnroot there. Nirnroots, if you are not aware, are a huge part of the Oblivion game. There's a series, a quest series that you have to you don't have to, but you can complete where you turn in nern roots to a specific person, and they make you some special potions from it. And it just becomes, you just don't pass up nern roots ever. So moving on to Skyrim, it's almost impossible for me as a lover of all things Oblivion to come to Skyrim and not pick up nern roots. So that's why I mentioned it was so difficult for me not to pick up that nern root that I saw in that locked chest, and it would have been a theft. So we left it, but we got paid for one by checking the dead alchemist that was on the table. And so a lot of times these ash piles, whenever Serena has resurrected a creature of some kind, she picks, it seems random that she picks creatures, and whenever they die, they turn into an ash pile. So that's why I just double checking, because it could have been anything. It could have been a vampire with something important on it, like something expensive on it, as opposed to those hounds that have collars or something that are worth almost nothing. Look at all these things. Oh, it's just tempting laying there. Not too tempting, because I would never steal. So I'm just checking these rooms that I don't think I'd ever been in before. I'm kind of glancing at the books. I didn't see any skill books in here at all. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of interesting information in these. I really am not much of a reader of all the stories. I suppose if you were a reader of all the stories, then you would be in heaven. Look at her. Look at Serena sitting down, so just taking a break while I'm messing around here. If you're a reader of stories, then Skyrim is full of them. So it's kind of cool if you want to be able to read them. Now, if you'll notice, no, that gold is still a steal item, even though, look at those gems. Oh, so pretty, a diamond. Nope, I'm not going to do it. I don't think, that may be the first diamond. I don't recall ever finding a diamond in the game. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. So, you know, just taking a look. Messy, nasty, dungeony, bloody place. I guess vampires don't mind living with blood and gore all around. You know, seems like they would be a little more cleaner with their mess, but apparently not. So, you know, I'm not 100% sure what I want to do next. I'm thinking, you know, just looking here, where am I? Which I know I'm in the far north side of the map. Where we're going to go. Here's something that we can do right here. The Impatience of a Saint is a quest that we picked up in the Soul Carin, which is underneath this castle. And I had thought about this ahead of time and made the decision before I started this episode, is that I want to go down and finish that quest. We're here, and it was a quest it's on our log. It will always be in our log. And the other thing in the Soul Carin is Serena's mother. She was down there and said she would stay there until her husband was dead. And he's dead, so I can see no reason why not. I've only done the Soul Carin area once before this, and I did not go back and get her mother. So I thought that we should. I mean, she was protecting Serena, and while she really did seem to be using her as a pawn somewhat, I just thought that she seemed to have a much different change of heart, but she was really, her heart was in the right place. She was trying to protect Serena, and I don't like the way she went about it. I don't like the way things went down, locking her up for hundreds of years, but I have to admit that she was trying to protect Serena. So when we had told her that we were going to help, she said, protect my daughter. And so I think that it would be the right thing is to go and tell her he's dead, which means she doesn't have to stay down there anymore. So that was the two reasons why I felt like we should go back underneath to the Soul Carin. And again, as I mentioned, we're right here. there's no reason not to. It won't take that terribly long, I don't think. And right now I'm checking all of the dead people here and trying to see, who are they? Do they have anything good on them? And so just kind of looking around, cleaning up, if you will. All of these were vampires. I thought this was kind of interesting. They all have vampire armor on. I didn't see a single dead Dawn Guard person. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I did take a look at the gems and things that we ended up getting from Harkon. And there's some really decent stuff here. I mean, there's things that I don't think I'm going to wear, except for possibly this. We have a chanted ring on that gives us 20 more health points, but the ring imminent destruction gives us 20% less magic for destruction spells. And that's what we use for our that's our weapon, really. So I just thought that was probably a good thing to do, and went ahead and made the switch here. It just made sense. I used destruction the most, and we can make up the health points another way. So again, I'm looking at these really closely, and also I'm thinking about what if anything do I want to give Serana. And she's wearing her default vampire armor, and I'm not really sure what her stats are. I don't know how to tell. And so I'm going to be working on that later, but for now, we're going to hang on to her with her current stuff that she has. To get to the Soul Carin, we have to go in, at least I think this is the only way to get there, from the back side of the castle and go through the Undercroft ruins to get in. And I don't know what those are flying around, if those are hawks. I know that hawk feathers seem to have some value, but I don't know how to get them. Once you shoot them down, how are you going to get them? Also, I noticed that these skeletons, or whatever they are, we had killed them, and they're back. So, that was curious to me when I come around the side here. It's like, okay, you're back. They respawned, I guess. Because I'm 99% sure that we killed them all when we were here last. So we're going to go ahead and take care of them so we can get in. It's like, where do I go? Huh. So she got hurt by something. Why? What happened? Oh, and when she says that'll teach you, I know she killed something. So I'm sorry you should have dealt with that yourself, dear, but I'm honest with you, I was kind of turned around. So anyway, this is the back way in. It's called the Volkihar Undercroft. And basically, it is just a dungeon underneath the castle. So I'm thinking in my head that there really shouldn't be creatures, right? I mean, we killed them all, but then I'm seeing a skeever here. So I'm thinking at that point, probably it reset. I'm guessing. I didn't really know until that door opened, because I know we killed those death hounds. So here I am with my candlelight in one hand and something, frost whatever in the other. And I'm thinking that's not a good thing, probably. Because what I had been thinking is that I could use, because the candlelight is just absolutely imperative here. So to be using constantly if you're going to see where you're going down here, unless you want to carry a torch in one hand, which does the same thing. You only have one hand. And it's like, oh no. That red screen means I've been infected with vampirism, and I do not want to be a vampire, period. So, and I wanted to double check to make sure. Active effects, reduced health, sanguine vampire, whatever it is. So I've been infected by a vampire. So thankfully, I carry with me potions of cure disease. and that completely cures you of vampirism immediately. So I took care of that, and we're just going to make our way as quickly as possible. I just don't know the area well enough to remember, and my cursor is not really telling me which way to go. So I'm just kind of going like, okay, I know I don't want to go to the left there because that's where I came in, and my custom destination is the blue one that's flashing. That is to go to my house. So I thought, okay. And then I realized, yeah, it's definitely reset because that gate was down. If you recall, that gate was down. So I was like, no, we have to do the whole thing again. So at least it shouldn't be as difficult. Maybe. I don't know. I was kind of bummed though. But anyway, also I have short-term memory loss. It's not a big deal. But things like this, it's like it's almost starting over in my head because I don't remember so much of it. But one good thing about resets is, look, we got some potions. Some of these things that we took before we can take again. So I don't know how much is reset, but at least some of it is. So I was like, okay, version to magic. Yeah, I don't think so. There's another coin purse. So hopefully we will be able to get some good loot down here as we travel along this area again to get down to the Soul Carin. So I did remember that we turned that switch and it put down that gate that we couldn't get through. So hopefully we can make our way back quicker. If I can remember the way. Kind of following the dead bodies here. And we certainly can. If I remember correctly, we're supposed to go left.
Who's there?
I need to be careful through here because oh, I heard something. Oh no, a skeleton. Ah! Oh, I'm not very helpful because I've only got that whatever it is, ice bolt in one hand and the light in the other. So I'm not very helpful. I'm not really sure what we're going to come across. Some of this stuff, I mean, we can get pretty dead. We got 2 hounds on us right now. So we may need to switch this out. And of course, she resurrected one. It's like, oh, great. And my health got down pretty low. And I used all my majory. It's like, oh my goodness. So kind of let this rebuild a little bit so I can rebuild my health a little bit. And I decided to go ahead and just go with my magic in both hands, my destruction magic in both hands, as opposed to my light spell. I like it and everything, but I'm really, God, I hate kicking. I really hate kicking skeletons around. It's so terrible. So that way it can be more helpful. And luckily, here's some more potions that we can take. And when I came through here before, I was still collecting leather strips for building our house, for things that we needed for building the house. And I've learned the last time I was there, I think I had over 40 leather strips, and I don't think I need a whole lot more, if any. So I decided to not pick any more up, and then if I'm wrong, we will later, but I saw no reason to carry them with us. And it looks like the chests that we had already opened have reset. So we are going to go ahead and open them. And it'll increase our lockpicking skill, which is at 42 right now. I really want to get that up. I can't remember my next level or my next perk that I can get from lockpicking, but I definitely want it. I noticed that the first 2 perks that I used on lockpicking made a nice difference on the easier ones. So we're going to keep working on our lockpicking skills. And I don't know if there's a skeleton key, Daedra. Look at that guy. He's dead still. I'm really glad he's dead still. So we didn't have to kill it again. I don't know if there's a Daedric prince that would give us a skeleton key. There was in Oblivion. Hopefully that's not a spoiler for anyone. Sorry for kicking the skeleton. Yep, and that put down the other side. So I don't know. In the meantime, I don't want to wait on it. I don't want to search for it. I just want to be able to pick locks. I have quite a few lock picks at this point. We really haven't done a whole lot of ruin crawling lately, so we've got a backlog of them, and that's fine for now. And hopefully I'm not getting lost here. Yeah. And I didn't get lost. Thank you very much. It's like, okay, where am I supposed to go? Which way do I go? It's easy to get turned around here, especially if it's dark and you don't remember where you're supposed to be going. It seems to be that there's the courtyard. So we're already at the courtyard. And this is the courtyard that Serena's mother used to hang out in with Serena when she was younger. And it used to be beautiful. It used to have flowers everywhere. And we were able to open up this moon dial, which led down stairs into the Volkihar ruins. So it's another set of places that we need to go through. And we're going to try to go through there as quickly as possible to find what, I'm looking here for potions and easy. I think I just passed up some gold, but really I'm just trying to hurry to get to the Soul Carin. And not sure where we're going here. But I don't remember it being horribly far. I remember this room didn't it have a whole bunch of skeletons in it? So this room didn't reset. And I was really grateful for that. It's like, look out, excuse me. We just need to get around. Trying to find our way. And see, since we've already been there, and I see the Soul Carin is down the south end, and I assume it's the same level, but, I'm not really sure. So we're going to try to head that direction, meaning the south direction. Now this was kind of interesting. Something exploded in here, but nothing showed up. If I recall, there was something in there, and when it exploded, it was there. So it looks like that this whole area partially reset. So you can see something like exploded and then it was gone. And I believe it might have been a gargoyle. So it's kind of looking like that it's a partial reset, that we don't have to kill everything again. And if anybody's ever done this, I've never been back here like this before. If anybody's done that before, let me know if I'm just crazy or if that is actually the way it is. And I remember this weird area right here, the whole stairs lit up. When you go up the stairs, it was very disconcerting. Oh, that gargoyle reset for sure. So that kind of was not fun. But we took care of him, as Serena says, teamwork. Ebony ore, garnet, moonstone. So, gotta be careful around here. Those hanging things are very sharp. Now this one is not stealing, so we are going to take the gold. And anytime I have an opportunity to take gold, even if it's a single piece, I have an inability to not do that. And I noticed there was a piece of gold underneath, and when I moved that plate, there was more. So, alrighty. I think we ended up with like 10 gold from our time and trouble. And I don't care. And look at that, a sapphire, not a flawless, but a sapphire worth 400. And I think at this time we're still getting about 50%. Next time we sell something, I really need to pay attention. That doesn't mean I will. We need to try to remember to pay attention and see what kind of percentages we're getting on that. And I'm going to continue to increase the speechcraft just so we can get better prices. Not that we need to have a whole lot more gold. It's like, we have all that we really need, but it's just, it's the principle. I should be getting close to what they're worth. And so that's why I want to increase that if I can. So I think we're getting closer. Not 100% sure. These chests are empty. They were not before, so they didn't reset. So not everything does. And I don't remember if there was anything here or not, but and to me it wasn't worth it to go back to my candlelight spell just to find out. And so I just kind of, because again, I'm skipping through here as quickly as possible because I just want to get to that Soul Carin. To go, because I know that we've got an adventure down there. We've got to find Jiub's pages, if you will recall that quest. And one of the reasons that I was inspired to go back and help him is because I decided to play Morrowind for a few days after purchasing it. And I believe one of the very first people that we meet is Jiub. Just to go back really quickly here, you could see that was where a gargoyle was. And so like the crust exploded, there was no gargoyle there though. So I thought that was really interesting. So anyway, as I was saying, in Morrowind, I think if I'm not mistaken, Jiub is the one who does your intake when you get to wherever it is on the ship at the very beginning. There's just something about games that stretch decades and the lore kind of weaves in through it all that I really like, that really appeals to me. The Elder Scrolls series obviously is one of those games that is very heavy in that, and another series is the Ultima series. There were 9 games in the series, and they are much older, and but the lore is still there, and I really enjoy those games a lot. And I may do a series or at least some reviews of some of those games, which were some of the first ones that I played. If I'm not mistaken, Daggerfall was, I played in television, if anybody's ever heard of that. I played in television, and I don't remember when. I think it was probably mid-'80s, but I don't remember any games specifically that I played on it. I don't think I played on it very much. And then later, when I had smaller children, we got a Super Nintendo, and I played Legend of Zelda from start to finish. So that was pretty cool. And then much later, my spouse was a gamer, and the first one I saw was Quest for Glory. And I played Quest for Glory start to finish, and I'm playing a male character. Never had the option to play anything other than. After playing Quest for Glory, then I played Ultima 7. And Ultima 7 had the ability to have a female character, and the NPCs reacted to me being female. They said different things because I was female, and I found that to be super immersive, and I loved the game, played it all the way to the end. And sometime around the time that I finished that game, I went to a GameStop store and discovered in the bargain bin this game called Daggerfall. And Daggerfall, it was super cheap, and it had, to me, amazing graphics for the time. It was so immersive. Again, I could play a female, but I couldn't get past the dungeons. They were horrible, and I'm not a good dungeon person. They're huge and massive and whatever, but what that ended up doing for me is create a love for the Elder Scrolls series. And so that was my sequence of events that got me to the Elder Scrolls. And I've played them all. I love them all. The Daggerfall was pretty well unplayable. It has since been ported with the Unity engine, and then so I've played it since then after being modded, and it's like, wow, that's a pretty amazing game after it got fixed, So I've played them all. Don't like Morrowind is my least favorite of all the 5 games, and I am hoping that someday in the future we will have number 6. In the meantime, we've got this, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty epic to me. So here we are back into the Soul Carin, and my purpose, if you recall, for coming here is twofold. First off, I wanted to tell Serana's mother that her ex-husband or whatever is now gone. He's deceased. We've taken care of him. She said if that happened, she would leave the Soul Carin. So I just felt the need to let her know that. And then the other thing is we want to go and find the pages for Jiub. Like I said, it was a long explanation on how I know about Jiub, but I had forgotten about them until I had come to this, till I repurchased the Morrowind game, just so I can say I have it, have the entire collection again. And so when I was playing it, I saw the Jiub character, and that made me think, I've got to go back. I have to go back to the Soul Carin and find those pages for Jiub. I need to. I find it really interesting that the things that they chose to put back into this particular ruin, the things that refresh. I just find it interesting. It's not everything, but it's most things. I just found that to be super interesting to me. Like that Nirnroot. I got a new Nirnroot. I know I had taken that before. So, kind of interesting. So, the two things we're going to do here, we're going to start with Jiub. And because I don't want to spend 1,000 hours in here looking around, I did use the wiki. Wiki has a map of where all of those notes are located. So basically what I did was check my inventory to see which ones that I have. And it was so frustrating. It's like, okay, where are they? I know they start with the J, so go to the massive amount of stuff and the all stuff and find them. So I went back and said, which pages do I have and which ones do I need? And so that's how I figured it out. I don't know. I am not much of an adventurer myself. So I'm not very good at figuring out puzzles. I'm not very good at exploring in detail. So some things I am just going to need some help with. So things I don't find fun, I figure out another way. So that's basically how I figured out how I found the rest of Jiub's notes and things. And I found all kinds of things. I come across things that I didn't come across before. Some chests and whatever else. I do think that the some of the creatures responded here. I'm not sure which ones, but I know some of them did. It seems like they did anyway, because they seem to be in places that I certainly remember them not being there anymore. So I could be wrong. I don't know. It just seemed like it. Cause like didn't expect those guys to be there. So what I'm doing is I had looked at the wiki and it said go this way, turn this way, and that way, and then you go here, and then you will do this and that, and find a chest and find something on the floor and things like that. So, thank goodness for the wiki. It's so thorough and detailed. Look at these guys out here. These are the first ones I saw, and I thought, wow, I didn't expect any to be here. But you know what? It's very possible that I didn't kill them all the first time it came through, obviously, because I'm going to places. Look at that. I had an arrow right in my face. How rude. Have an arrow right in my face. So anyways, we're going to go through here, and it was like, follow this path, do this and do that, and you'll get to this place. And so I was following directions, basically. So we'll find those pages. We'll help Jiub. Yeah, I believe, these guys have soul gems on them. Different ones. There's also some Mistman, I think it's called. And they've got stuff on them too. So, we'll go ahead and pick it up. I really should be, I don't know. I get so many soul gems from so many places. I haven't used my soul trap spell. I think I also have a soul trap dagger. I just haven't used it. Someone told me that I could have Serana carry that, and if you put soul gems on her, it will fill them. It's like, here, let's stand here and get killed. No, let's get the gem, or get the note for Jiub. So anyway, I'm going to try that at some point when I think of it next. It's like, go ahead and give her that dagger, and give her some empty soul gems and let her fill them. Obviously, I'd not been to this chest before. I would have taken that filled soul gems for sure. So obviously I had not come here before. So I was very excited. I said, yes, okay, we're going to get some stuff. Who doesn't love new stuff, right? So I was kind of looking at the in-game local map, and I'm not sure it's particularly helpful. It seemed like the bigger map was better because I don't think the local map showed you where your cursor was or anything. I mean, I'm sorry, where your map marker should be. So anyway, I got to get out of here because those really large stones up there zap your health big time. So, and then I noticed it also, it was zapping Serena's health from up above. It's like, that was weird. It was curled around. It's like, wow, that's pretty crazy, because usually you're not seeing it because I'm playing first person, and because look at that. Usually it's hitting me and it's on top of my head, so I'm not seeing it, but to see it curling down like that and zapping poor Serena, it's like, well, that was rude.
Where'd you come from?
And here's some more of those nasty guys. It's like, where'd he go? Where is he? He dropped his shield. Another petty soul gem. We'll take it. Like I said, we just come across so many, and I don't know if there's a limited amount. I just don't know the answer to that question. If there's a limited amount of soul gems in the world. If you know, please put it down in the comments for me. In the meantime, I'll continue to pick them up, and we'll just keep going on and on. So, looking around for a specific, in the wiki, it mentions a specific formations. It mentions specific things. So I'll be looking around trying to find whatever those things are, those landmarks to get me to a certain place, and we'll just keep following along and help poor Jiub out. And if you haven't watched a previous episode, this is the Soul Carin, where Serena's mom had, it's a place where whenever you have a soul gem that's filled with a soul and you use it, the soul comes here, which made me kind of feel bad. But generally, they're bad people. Most of them are. And they come here in this place called the Soul Carin. And Serena's mom she separated herself from Serena. She put Serena in a monolith down in a ruin, and I think it was Dim Creek Hollow, I don't know for sure what it was, and she put herself down here. And the purpose of that was to keep them away from the vampire Harkon. So we had made our way down here before in a previous episode and talked to her, and she gave us some things that we needed to do and said that she would stay here until he was dead. So in the meantime, we explored down here and we learned all kinds of things. And there's all kinds of weird stuff in here. That's Serena's mom right there. We're not going to talk to her just yet. I wanted to find Jiub's pages first because I don't know what's going to happen when I talk to Serena's mother. I've only played this part one other time, and I'd never come in here or come back here to tell her about that. So I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if she was going to zap us out somewhere. I didn't know. So because I didn't know, and I didn't look it up, and I didn't want to, I thought, you know what? Let's go ahead and find those pages first. So it's supposed to be this direction. It said go to where her mother was. I can't remember her name. Valerica. I'm not sure what her name was. It said go where she was at. Go turn right and do this and do that. And that's what I'm doing to find the next one. And save first. I think that was the first time I'd saved. I think since I had gotten down here, I thought, you know what? Let's don't be an idiot, or be less of an idiot. Maybe would be a better way of putting it. So it is kind of a creepy place. I mean, it's all the really bizarre looking colors. And those things, those look like ice wraiths. The first time I saw them, I was terrified. But they don't bother you. They just kind of go on by. So, and look at here. Look at that guy. He doesn't come up as a creature until I hit him. He was a mist man. And look at that nice axe. I'm sure glad he didn't hit me with it. And there's number 4 of Jiub's notes. So we got another one and a chest. We have 7 of 10 so far, but we only have 3 more to go. So we can get out of here. So I don't love being in here. It is such a creepy place. But, you know, it was an important quest. And it's important for me to come back here to help Jiub out. We need number 2, number 7, number 9, and 10. No, wait, I only had 3 left, right? Oh, I already have 10. So, yes, that's correct. We have 3 more to go. So, we'll find them. Not to worry. And hopefully we won't get killed or dead or have an unfortunate accident in the meantime. And it's interesting about these fissures that you can harvest souls in these fissures, and I don't have any idea what we're harvesting, what we're getting from it. And I didn't see a quest for it. I probably should look it up to see what it was. Go call Arthur. So I'm not going back here again. At least I don't think so. Oh, sorry, Serana, you ran right in front of me. So I don't know what it is. It's very strange. Because you could harvest something there. So I don't know what it is. And while I'm standing here, not paying a bit of attention, I'm being attacked by a mist man, and poor Serana was fighting those guys all by herself. And so I felt kind of bad because I was not paying attention. Oh, and another one. There's so many. So apparently I had not been in this exact area before, or they came back. The dead came back from the dead again. So we'll kill them again if we have to. There's some kind of a barrier there, so I was kind of, my instructions said to get to the barrier and follow it along. So it's like, okay, I'm at the barrier. Now what? So look at that, lightning shooting straight down from somewhere. I don't know from where. Like I said, it's a really strange place. Okay, where do I go? Where do I go? Some of the... Oh, there she is. Guess she was off killing something that I didn't see. I don't know. I don't know why she didn't follow me. So I'm like, okay, let's try to figure this out. If you haven't been down here before, you will see occasionally there are ghosts standing around, and most of them will just say things about being dead or whatever, and it's kind of creepy and sad. And then look at this one right here in the middle. Ha! Number 7. Some of them will give you quests, like Jiub, for instance, gave us a quest. Look at that. That's a spell tomb that I had not had before. And while I probably won't use that spell, Conjure Mistman, maybe I will, I don't know. I've never really done conjuring in this particular playthrough. Some I do it very extensively, but in this one I haven't, so I got a new spell tomb. So now we're looking for 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, so we have 2 more to go. Numbers 2 and 9 are left, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think so. So that's what I was doing, was double checking to see which ones we had and which ones we needed. So it's like, okay, let's take a look where we've been. It doesn't matter. Oh, and look at that. Oh, goodness. Hello. This man that I didn't see followed us up. I think it's a curious thing that Rhiannon says, and ran off, I suppose. No, she killed him. He's dead. So why does she say ran off? I mean, sometimes I guess they do run off. I don't know. I just think it's a curious thing that she says. So what I was talking about is you could see there's some ghosts around. And most of them really don't have anything to say. Okay, now what's after us? Where is she? It's like, Serana. Where are you, dear? I don't see you anywhere. There. Follow the red dot. Okay. I don't know where she went. So you can talk to the there's something here. I don't know, maybe she already killed it. You can talk to the dead people. And here's a book. Doesn't do anything. I don't want to read it. There you are. You nasty bone man. Teamwork right there. You betcha, girl. Something else. Look at the a wraith man, I think it is. Whew. Goodness. So, oh my goodness. Not sure where I'm headed. I think I might want to save. Certainly gives you a 360 view of this really creepy, deepy place here. I only went up there because I heard Serana and I thought she was fighting, which she actually did. Anyway, I had to get back to wherever I was trying to head before I heard Serana. So I'm following my instructions from the wiki on how to get those last couple of pages. And a number of them say, you know, back where Valencia, is that her name? Back where she's at, go, you know, from there. And so I have to continually go back to where she was standing and go to get my point of reference. So I don't know if I've mentioned it in this episode. I do try to occasionally. I have a little bit of short-term memory loss going on. It's supposed to be normal for people my age, but it's annoying as all get out because I'll start to say something and I'll forget what it was and then I'll never get back to it. So if I do that, I'll apologize. Typically, I will try to go back and cut something out of my videos so that you're not having to deal with my short-term memory loss issues. So anyway. I was saying, okay, where am I at? Okay, here I am. Yes, that's the boneyard. The boneyard was a whole other area that Serena's mom took us into. I think that's where the Elder Scroll was that she gave us. So, but we don't need to go in there right now. I don't think we have to go in there at all to find Jiub's papers. I don't think so. So anyway, I was looking for her mom again as a reminder so that I can figure out where am I supposed to go next based on where she is located. There we are. A broken word wall. And there's a dragon. If you've noticed, there's a dragon right there. And we've already talked to him. I don't think we need to talk to him again. But I had missed this chest before. We had seen him before, and we talked to him. But I don't remember. Obviously, I don't remember this chest unless I did take the stuff out of the chest and it respawned. I don't remember. But right next to it is page 2. So that's great. We only have one more page left. And again, I keep checking. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need page 9 is what we're going to be looking for. Kind of creepy seeing that dragon sitting there. And apparently that is a soul of a dragon. And apparently I have some kind of thing I can use to call him in the real world. I haven't done it yet. Not sure. I'm going to have to try it sometime. I honestly don't know what happens when I call him. So we'll have to try it sometime. But for now, I don't know if it... Anyway, I don't want to get into it. It's a shout that he taught us. The shout calls him. So I probably should do a save and then try it, and if I don't like the result, then reload. So look at the shadows of those creepy things floating. They're big, like gigantuan soul gem looking things floating above the shadows on the ground. It's just very creepy. I mean, there's a lot of creepy dungeons and stuff, but I found this one to be especially, and maybe it's because there are so many souls of dead guys in here, and some of them, it's like Jiub. I mean, he wasn't a horrible person by any stretch of the imagination, but apparently he ended up here. So, just looking around, trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be going for that one more page. I think I'm in the right area. I'm not sure. As you can see, it kind of all looks the same, more or less. I mean, the directions, or the directions that were on the wiki, it would say at the place where you see the 2 towers. Well, if you look up, there's lots of 2 towers. So it just was very confusing. But they gave a good enough description that I was able to, maneuver myself. Look at that. Whoa. It's like, how do I get up there? I couldn't find any stairs to get up here. But we'll figure it out, because we're just so good. Problem with jumping up like that is Serana she generally, what the heck is shooting at me? She has a trouble when I go off route. She doesn't follow my path. It's like, it's getting me, it's getting me. The chest is empty. I've been here. So apparently the chests don't respawn. I wish those things above you would go away after you've been to them, but apparently, as I'm not paying very well attention, my health is getting pretty low. Because those things zap your health. So I'm like, okay, where do I need to go? And there's a bone man out there. Might as well take care of that while we're here. Oh, my destruction is now 60. That's fabulous. Because I think I can do another perk in the destruction tree. I was waiting to get to level 60, so that's great. I'm currently level 16, which, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly, I know, if I remember correctly, then I think 16 is the highest level I've ever been. And you can see, if you've been watching this video series, this playlist, then I don't increase levels very fast. Here I am at episode 33 and I'm level 16. So, it's not something that I power through. And I don't find it to be that important, mostly because the creatures will be at your level, which I kind of like. I mean, you won't see certain creatures at level 1 that you start seeing at level 10. And I think that the creatures that you do see will kind of be at more or less your level. Plus, I'm playing on easy mode, super easy mode. So, this is one of these, it's like a cage, and as you saw me shooting a spell at like a round rock thing, and there's a bone man, let's take care of that. When you shoot those things, and usually there's 2 things you have to shoot at to open like the bars of that cage. Well, I wasn't sure if I had been to this one before, but I was pretty sure I had. But I really wanted to make sure, so I was just double checking here. Yeah, that didn't look like any... Wonderful. Thank you for stealing my health, you nasty thing, you. I still don't see Serana anywhere. Poor thing's probably running around trying to find me. Since I jumped up here without going down the stairs. There's the stairs. So there was stairs, I just didn't know where they were. I feel so bad when I make her run around after me trying to find me. I still see these soul husks in the original time that we visited here. There's a merchant who sells you various things, and instead of money, you have to give him these soul husks. So they're all over the place, and I had quite a few left over from my last visit here. I had bought a number of spell tombs, actually. And so when I was coming across him this time, I still picked them up just in case that I wanted to run into him, or if I saw him again, if I had enough, I would go ahead and buy something for him. So that's why I was checking those. They had already been picked, but when they're not, I think you'll see me picking some up here. I'm not sure if I did already. So just running along here. I don't know if Serana is caught up with me or not. At this point, I'm just trying to get my bearings again. We know that's where Serana's mom is, so that gives me my bearings on trying to find that last page of Jiub's pages. It's pages of a book or something that he wrote. I don't know. He fancied himself a writer, but anyway, that's a whole other story, which you could go back and watch another episode to get the story behind that. But we have one more page, and so I was going from trying to get my bearings of where she was, where Serana's mom was, and then head to the direction of where I thought that last page should be. And I was following, go west, go this way, go that way. So that's what I was doing. It's like, okay. Tried one more time to open that cage. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I think I'd already opened it, but it's the what if I missed something thought. But I was pretty sure that wasn't the situation. I still was trying to follow my directions to get to that last one. It's always the last one, isn't it? Oh, hello there. Goodbye there. Disintegrated his self. At this point I was like, okay, I don't care. I just want to get where I need to go. And save, just in case I'm wrong. Save, save, save. That's the mantra. But when you play on super easy mode, you don't have to reload too much unless you make a horrendous mistake. Yeah, looks like I somehow missed this chest. So this must be someplace I missed completely on my first playthrough, because it appears that the chests, as far as I can tell, are not respawning. So, don't know. Don't trust me what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm talking about. So it's like, okay, this is like a maze of lefts and rights. It's like, what the heck? 3 of them out here. Oh, but look. Daedra Heart and Soul Husk. So I went ahead and picked them up. I wasn't sure how many I had, and I wasn't sure if I was going to run across that merchant again. So I went ahead and picked them up, because you just never know. So that's why I did that. But also, I'm an old dungeon crawler from way back, especially Daggerfall. And you follow your right hand. So you always go to the right, to the right, to the right. And if you do that, what the heck is shooting at me? If you do that, then generally you won't miss any part of a dungeon. That's the thought. So I saw one through the window. Thought maybe we could take him out before we get there, if we have to go there at all. And I don't know if I do or not. Oh, a soul husk. That's the first time I think I found a soul husk in one of these guys. Well, at least to my memory anyway. Alright, so that was where... yeah, we did kill that guy. I wasn't sure if I'd killed him or not. So almost nothing in him or in that chest. So I wasn't sure. Maybe I'd been in here before. Look at that. 4 or 6 of them. I don't remember how many you need to purchase something. I don't recall. Well, hello, Serana. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, I accidentally ditched you earlier. That wasn't my intention. And let's take a look here. Do a quick save. I hadn't mentioned before that some of these things are portals, and you have to jump in them, and I did. And what this one did, I believe, is take me to the roof. Yeah, it did. It took me to the roof. And I know that there's different portals that take you different places. I'm sure those of you who love puzzles can figure that out yourself, because I don't like puzzles. But I'm sure there's a whole transportation system involved in this See, I've already opened this chest. There's a whole transportation system that is involved here. And I just don't. Oh, there it is. Look at that. So I'd already opened that chest. I'd already found this chest once, but I missed the page. I was probably freaking out because I was being shot half to death or shot to death by that the weird soul gem thing. So I was like, come over here and get ourselves healed back up. It's like, okay, come on. So we do have the 10th and final page for Jiub. So all 10 of them have been located. So next up is we need to locate Jiub. It's like, where is he? Not sure if it's even showing on my compass. Oh, also my note said that once you got up here, there's no way down. There's no portal to take you back down, and the only way to get down is to jump off. So that was kind of a bummer. It's like, am I going to kill myself? Am I going to hurt? Yeah, not bad. I jumped on a pile of bones. Easy peasy. I don't know if Serana would have followed me or not, or if she did follow me, because she would have to figure, I mean, there's no other way down. She would have to have had jumped off. I'm not sure if her AI would have told me that. So I'm looking at this and going, where is Jiub? It looks like he's off there to my right, which would be west and north. So we need to head northwest. And looks like it is showing me where he is on my compass marker. So I guess that popped up after I had collected the last page. So I'm very happy to help this little fellow out. For no other reason than I just want to help out this old guy that I ran across hundreds of years ago in Morrowind. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that he was the guy that does your intake and asks you questions and stuff. And hopefully Serana has found her way to follow us. Still, those things, I mean, they still, and after spending as much time as I have in here, which is probably quite a few real life hours, I still hesitate just for a second when I see one, because they do look exactly like Ice Wraith. So I guess a lot of people capture Ice Wraith souls and then they end up get sent here. So, man, they're not mean. They just float on by. I'm like, where is he? It's not in there. I'm pretty positive he was outside of a building. It wasn't looking right. Oh, Serana, hi honey. Something, I saw a red dot of something that might have been after us. In the meantime, I found Soul Husk. Again, I wasn't sure if we were going to run across that merchant again, so keep grabbing them. I'm not sure what we can do with them if we don't use them. Have no idea. I don't know if we can, I don't know if those are quest items or not. I do know that Jiub's pages were quest items because I tried to dump them because I did not know if I'd be coming back here and it wouldn't let me dump them. So I don't know about the soul husks. I suppose we'll find out. And there he is, sitting there looking very forlorn. Hello, oh Jiub. Yes, I did it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, he said he dropped him when he fell in here. So, cool. I'm so glad we can help you. Volume 2! What else? What else are you going to do, you poor guy? He's going to give us something. A pristine copy of the first volume. Only one in print, actually. Oh, he's going to give us something special and take this as well. Something else that he wanted us to have. Well, we didn't do it to get anything, so that's very kind, Jiub. So all the pages get removed, and I stand here and watch what got removed to see what got added. So he gets all of his pages back, so that's cool. I feel good about that. He keeps sitting down because I'm standing there, but that's okay. I just want to see what happens here. And the last page is removed. No, not back to visit you. Just hang on a second. We got Saint Jiub's opus. That must be the book. And a locket of Saint Jiub. So we got 2 items from Saint Jiub. So let's look at the book. Man, where is it? Wow, it's a 1250 book. So we'll have to read that all the way through. So I'm curious if he talks about being on that ship, so I'm not sure. He also talked about cliff racers, and I hated those things in Morrowind. I mean, I hated them more than mud crabs, because they would fly down out of the sky and be right on top of me. I wouldn't see them, and they had these nasty tails. And they were just awesome. They were awful. I hated them. So he mentions the cliff racers. So that was a cool book. And then he said he had something else. It was a I don't know what it was. So I'm kind of looking through here and saying, what was that? Because I forgot what he said. Yeah, I think it was an amulet or something. Locket of Saint Jiub. It increases our carrying capacity by 50 and your stamina by 50. Wow! And it's worth 2,400. Now that's nice. So we're going to save with that because that's pretty cool. That's a nice item, and I really ought to hang on to it because you never know. So I'm going to double check with her and see if she had anything else to say about her mom, so it doesn't. So there's no quest item that talks about coming back for her. So we just have to kind of know more or less where she was and to get back there. And hopefully I can find it pretty quick here and then have a conversation with her and see. I don't know what's going to happen when we have this conversation. Is she going to zap us somewhere or whatever? And so looking at those husks. So yeah, there was like a little soul husk farm right there by that guy with the cow. And so anyway, we're going to go talk to her, and I don't know what will happen when we tell her that her husband is gone permanently, thankfully, and she's free to do whatever she wants to do. So, because I didn't know, something's attacking us now. What's attacking us? All these leftover things. Bone man. Get away, in the way, dear heart. So anyway, we're going to go have a conversation with Serena's mother. So she wasn't exactly our best friend. We did promise to take care of her daughter. Creepy skies, huh? Everything's kind of creepy here. It's very dark. No daylight. Yeah, and once I saw that skeleton thing laying there, I knew that I was in the right place because I remember it was right around this corner is where she's at. She's off to the left here, working on potions, I guess. No, I don't know what she's doing. No idea. Yep. Potions. And a resist. Boy, I don't know that I went ahead and took it. I didn't know if I had one. And these are just pieces of paper. And there she is. Valerica? How do you say your name? Yes, absolutely sure. I killed him myself. And you are correct. You can come back. So it's her plan to go back to the castle. Now, I thought that Serana would have something to say about her mother. And nothing. And I had the option to ask her if she would like to be cured of vampirism. There's different options that I could say to her. And I wasn't sure. So I went ahead and saved. I wasn't sure. Being a vampire, you are a slave to the blood. And so you could be your own person again. Made sense. And said, if you want to cure yourself, I'll support you. Phalion. So she's going to go speak to Phalion. And I'm going to go away for a while. I'll meet you back at the house. So I wasn't sure what to do here. I wasn't sure if I should say, I want to come with you. I wasn't sure if I wanted to say good luck. I wasn't sure what would happen. And I didn't look it up. I knew that she could be cured, and I'll see you soon. So supposedly, she goes off to be cured, and I wanted to follow her out of here because I figured she'd have a more direct route than me wandering around trying to figure out how the heck to get out of here. So I don't know what's going to happen. I debated on her staying a vampire or not. I read the pros and cons of her being staying a vampire, and her I don't shoot bows, so I don't need her to give me some special to her to put her blood on the arrows. I didn't need that, so that wasn't important to me. And I guess she's got a resistance or two that she would have if she stayed a vampire. But I saw no reason not to turn her into human. I asked that question on Reddit. Well, you keep getting too close to her, by the way, and she stops and tells you, I'll be there, whatever, I'll be back or whatever. So, I just wasn't sure. I think that the last time that I played, and the only time that I played through this part, I left her a vampire. I don't think I was ever saying the right thing that would get her to cure her vampirism. I guess I said something else. So I thought this time, let's find out. I could not see downsides. She doesn't change a lot of her behaviors. She's still wearing this armor. Supposedly, if she continues wearing her default armor, which I still don't know if it has good stats on it. I have no idea or how to find out because it's not showing in her inventory. I don't know, but I've heard that if she becomes human, that if she keeps wearing this vampire, she'll still put her hood up when she's outside, which I think is curious. But I could change her armor. I could get her much better armor. I love the look of the vampire armor. In fact, I'm wearing that myself. Rhiannon is. I know I see when you're done. I know you do. Just go on. I didn't mean to stop you. I like the fact that we have matching armor. So it is my thought that if I get into enchanting, then I'll enchant us some good armor, and it will be vampire armor. I've picked up a number of pieces to enchant later. So again, my purpose for following her. Oh, and Valencia said she planted some herbs, so she's already back in here doing her thing. So I don't know. Well, I don't know that she said she was going back to the castle. I assume she'll always be her. I'm sorry, Serana. Keep going. I don't mean to stop you. I just keep getting too close to her. But I really wanted her to follow her out if I could. And so I apologize. I keep stopping her over and over again because I wanted to follow her out, and I'm afraid she ran around a corner. I wouldn't see her. I could find my way out myself, but what better way than having a vampire running at full tilt who knows this area and can lead me out. So that was the reason for my insanity. So I assume that she'll get us out to the garden, that her mother's garden first. Yes, I know. Go, go, go. You of the oranging glowing eyes. And I've read there's been some changes there. If she's no longer a vampire too, she doesn't have red glowing eyes. And I read a couple of different things, so I think we're just going to find out ourselves. How's that for a plan? Don't stop. Just keep going. Isn't that interesting? She jumps off the side. I found that to be curious. Because I'm sure there's stairs and things. Ugh, keep going. I'm sure there were stairs and things, but she just took the direct route and jumped off the top. Very interesting. Well, we're making our way quick, aren't we? That's why I wanted to do this. I thought she would be able to show me much faster than me wandering around trying to figure it out. So, it's working. And I don't know who this person is that she says she needed to talk to. I don't remember who that is. If you remember, please put it in the comments, because I don't recall someone that could cure her vampirism. Ugh. Just go on. I know. If you've not watched other episodes of mine, then you will not know that Serana is my favorite follower. I think I had Lydia the very first playthrough that I ever did, because she's the first one that becomes available to follow you. Then I discovered Mercurio, and I actually researched it. I went through the Prima Guide and looked at all the followers and decided on him. This is the garden that I was talking about that her mother did. And when I came up, Serana is gone. She has vanished. So I've lost her path. It's like, okay, how the heck do I get out of here? But anyway, while I'm trying to figure out my way out, I start saying wasting my time. While I'm trying to figure it out, I had Mercurio, which I really liked. I liked his magic. No, I don't need to go in the North Tower. Turn right back around and go right back out. I realized I have not been in here, and I don't need to be attacked or attack these things. So Mercurio, I know you're supposed to have followers that don't have the same skill set as you do. So I know that since I'm a magic user, that I should have chosen, a sword user or something. But I just like Mercurio. I like the fact that we can both stand back from a distance and shoot something. And so I've always had Mercurio until I got the DLC for the Dawnguard DLC. So once I came across Serana, and you have to have her with you for this. She has to stay with you to a certain point till her father is killed. Then I don't know, I just like her a lot. I know she's still a magic user, but she's also a sword user. I've also seen her use daggers. I've never seen her use bows, and I've given her some just to see if she would. And as you can see, Serana's long gone, so we're gonna have to make our way out through here, so we'll figure it out. I just think, I don't know what it is about her. I guess it's because I felt like that I still think she was used as a pawn between her parents. I mean, I didn't see her mom. Her mom didn't say a thing to her when she was standing there. And Serana didn't say a thing about her mom. I kind of thought she might, but then at the same time, I could have had any follower with me when I told Serana's mother that he was dead, her husband was dead. So I guess that's probably why. So I don't know. At some point she'll mention it. I don't know if we come back, if we have to ever come back. I can't see any reason to come back. That we would, that she would have a conversation with her. But I didn't see any great deal of love there. By the way, there's a trap on this chest, and I remembered it last time, and I wanted to see if it had restocked itself. It did, and as you see those swords, the first time they got me, because I didn't see the trap there, but that time I was smart. I stayed back a ways and searching the coffins. And here's something that drove me crazy. Search the coffin, right? If you look, there is a money bag right there. And no matter what angle that I am at, I can't get to it. Isn't that weird? I tried over and over again, and I could not get to that money bag. And it drove me just a little on the crazy side, because it seems like I should be able to have, right there, I should have been able to touch it, but you can't. And I don't know if you could move the coffins. I tried to ram into it, but it didn't work. So anyway, I wanted to mention that because it's driving me crazy because I couldn't get to it. So anyways, as I've mentioned, that's why I keep Serana with me. I think I felt bad for her, plus I like the things that she has to say. And since then I found out she has this sandbox behaviors where she just kind of, when you're idle or when you're talking to someone or whatever, she just wanders off and does the most interesting things all by herself. And I love those behaviors that she has. I'm always looking for them when I'm having, talking to someone or buying things or whatever. She's just wandering around doing all kinds of things. If you've watched my videos up to this point, you'll see a lot of those behaviors. So I'm really curious to pay more attention and see what other things that she does that that I hadn't noticed before. So I come on out, and I know she's not going to be here. I don't know when we're going to get her back or how we're going to get her back. She said, I thought what she said was, I will see you at the house or see you at home or something. And I'm coming out here and I see that there's skeletons out for me, which is not cool. You should be dead. So we'll take care of them. They're not too hard. Skeletons are not too hard. So we're going to come on out here, and I don't know what's going to happen for sure. I don't know how I'm going to get her back. And I also don't know what I'm going to do next, but we're going to figure it out here. I just need to get back around to the other side and take the jetty to get back to the mainland and get off this nasty island, which I hopefully will never have to come back to. I don't know. I don't know the Dawn Guard DLC and what the other quests may or may not be, and so I don't know. I've never played. I've played up to this point, but I haven't played much past it. So there's all kinds of unknowns here, and that's okay. Again, this is a retired slow play, and that means I'm taking my time, right? And we're back on the homeland here. So we're going to leave off the video right there. What you're not going to see me do on screen is something. I'm going to be fast traveling around because I don't have Serana with me. I decided to go ahead and pick up the Lydia to be my steward at my house. So I'm going to fast travel, go get her, and send her to my house. I'm going to go back to my house and check to make sure that she's actually there, and she was. And then I got to figure out how am I going to get Serana back and where she's at. So I didn't want to do that on screen because you've heard me talk about fast traveling so many times and how I just don't agree with it. It's not part of my play style. So I'm glad that you're watching this with me. I hope that you will continue to do so. Please subscribe to my channel. I really need your help on that. And if you like what I'm doing, please give a like on that video. I also have a Patreon account, which of course is going to help me continue what I'm doing. And hopefully with your encouragement and your comments and staying with me on this journey, then I will, for the first time in 11 years now, actually complete Skyrim in the way that I consider it completed. So thank you again on staying on this journey with me. I really appreciate it. And the most important thing is I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.